I am with Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut on YouTube. You guys, we just got done recording a podcast for the Landscape Business Pro. 4 barriers to growing your lawn care business. Absolutely love what Alan was saying. He talks about how to take your lawn care, your mow and blow business to the next level in TruGreen in the Chicago area. He was the Midwest director. He's got the Lawn Care Nut, over 30,000 subscribers. And I absolutely love what Alan was saying. He talks about how to take your lawn care, your mow and blow business to the next level in stages, kind of like the blueprint. Alan, tell me a little bit more about what your idea is with this.
Yeah, so I always said it's real easy for me to sit back and tell a guy that's running 60 or 80 customers, mowing and blowing every single week and trimming. It's easy for me to say, hey man, you should add on fertilizing and weed control. It's easy for me to say, but there are quite a bit of barriers to entry there. So the key is, and this is what I love that we ferreted out in the podcast, is there are small steps you can take to add on extra revenue that kind of get you into the spray business without causing a lot of really changing what you're currently doing. And so you have to overcome those barriers. So one of them we talked about was adding on aeration, for example, right? You can add on, the reason that's important is because number one, there's no chemical costs involved. You don't have to worry about keeping chemicals dry. You don't have to get licensed for it. It's only one more piece of equipment on your truck, so it's not a lot more extra room on your trailer. And customers know what it is, and when you say that you offer it, they already kind of understand that they need it. So that's a great way to kind of start getting into the lawn treatment business, is by adding that small piece on.
So aeration or dethatching, either one is a labor-intensive service that allows you to schedule and optimize your customer base. So you've already got a customer that's doing the weekly mow and blow, and you want to make a little bit more income from that person. You can start to offer these services as add-ons to what you're already doing. And we used in the podcast, we broke all the prices down for a 3,500 square foot lawn. You're saying on average, now every area is going to be different, but on average, aeration for a 3,500 square foot lawn comes in about where?
So anywhere between $60 and $80. It just depends on the area and how much kind of competition you have.
You know, the aeration is something you don't need to be licensed for. What's the next barrier to entry? What would be the next service that you could provide for lawn maintenance and lawn care, Alan?
Yeah, so then we were talking about, so another one you can add on, which goes right along with aeration, is overseeding. And the reason I love seed in our business is it's like a golden word. It's almost like if you go to get your car fixed and the guy goes, you know what, we're going to give you a free tank of gas with your car fixed today. It's like, awesome, thanks. Like you just gave the guy a pot of gold. Well, in our business, giving away grass seed, or not giving away, using grass seed, it's like one of those golden things. People understand what it is. Again, there is some chemical cost there, by the way. It's product cost or COGS, but there is no chemical licensing for that. So it goes right along with aeration. You can use that as another upsell, add in the overseeding, or we had talked about you could use that as a unique selling proposition that, hey, all of my customers get free overseeding when they buy aeration. So now it becomes something that's unique to you, something that may help you close a deal, but something that your competition doesn't offer. And again, not a lot more room on your truck, couple 50-pound bags a day, and a small spreader. So 2 pounds per 1,000, that's Midwest is what I would typically recommend. Okay. 2 pounds per 1,000 for an overseed, general overseed.
So if you have a 3,500 square foot lot, what are you going to be charging that customer for just straight overseeding as an additional service, Alan?
So if you're going to add that on to the aeration, I would add an additional 1.5. So if you're charging 60 to 80 for the aeration, then you would charge 90 to 120 for the seed.
What about as a standalone service?
If I'm getting my seed at, say, $2 a pound, and I'm going to put down 7 pounds on that 3,500 square foot lawn, then $2 a pound times 7, that's $14 cost. So I have a little bit of labor. For that is 3 minutes, right? So just call it $15 in cost. So what do you want to do? Double it, $30. It's pretty good for literally you can spread seed on a 3,500 square foot lawn in 3.25 minutes.
And it's just an easy upsell that everybody can do. You don't need any licensing. So we covered 2 points. What's the third upsell that a lawn maintenance company can start to look at to develop their business further?
Yeah, so I think the next one that's logical, that again is not going to require you to change the configuration of your truck much, would be what I call crack and crevice or right away. Crack and crevice is really the right way. It's just Roundup shots, right? You're not going to use Roundup. You're going to use another glyphosate product, a professional product, but you can use Roundup Pro. But whatever you can get, well, crack and crevice. So now we're going to spray weeds in the cracks of the driveway and the sidewalks. We're going to spray weeds carefully in beds. These are things that people definitely need. It's a nuisance to them, and it solves a problem for them. And then I also think it's a great add-on for commercial properties. Again, there's some licensing there now, but it's really only 1 or 2 products that you need to become familiar with. And it's literally probably a 3-gallon hand can, maybe a backpack sprayer, and maybe a 25 or 50-gallon nurse tank on your truck, and you're set and you're good to go. You pre-mix in the morning. So not a lot of chemical storage either with that. So that would be a nice add-on after that.
And what are we going to charge for a 3,500 square foot yard, Alan?
Yeah, so in that case, I think we need to go by hourly, really, because can't really measure linear feet too well because you never know what's going to be growing. So you just pick whatever your hourly rate is. It's $75 an hour, and say a couple times a year it takes you 10 minutes to walk the property and spray, then you can kind of price it accordingly that way.
Nice.
So then next, I would say get into full-blown fertilizing and weed controlling. That's where the barrier to entry is probably the largest. But if you've done some of these other ones already, now you're already licensed. You might have to get some more specialty licensing, but you're already licensed. You got the general pest test out of the way, so that barrier is already out. You already feel comfortable with spray equipment. You've already learned a lot during your licensing period. And I want to say this: I always recommend if you're going to get licensed at your state chemist or at the ag department or whoever, Department of Ag, whoever does it, to take their course. They all offer a course, and you should take it. Even if you can pass the test, take the course. You'll learn a lot from it. So you gain confidence now, so actually getting in and carrying fertilizer and figuring out your program that's going to work for you and understanding nitrogen rates and things like that, it won't be as big of a barrier to entry. I think the biggest thing at that point would be, again, reconfiguring your truck setup, because now you're into some pretty major equipment, depending on your average lawn size.
So you're going to be able to get all this information we covered in the podcast we just did together. It's going to be coming out soon if it's not already out, depending on when you're watching this video. But I also want to recommend you guys and gals out there, go over to Alan's channel, The Lawn Care Nut. He has over 30,000 subscribers for a reason. This guy has a very narrow niche, and he's focused in on it. He's optimized his channel just to help homeowners. He also helped contractors with points. And so it's a great channel. That's how I discovered him, The Lawn Care Nut on YouTube. Go check out his channel.